Ravi Shankar Prasad is live with us tonight. We are also joined by Kalikesh Deo of the BJD, Member of Parliament from Orissa tonight. Kamal Farooqi, who's now with the Samajwadi Party, is with us tonight. Siddharth Vardarajan of the Hindu is with us tonight. And also joined by Vinod Mehta. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Mr. Prasad, you know, if you have such a problem with what Digvijay Singh is saying, then why are you giving it so much prominence? You had a whole press conference on it. You seem to be wanting to get provoked by what he says, and therefore some could accuse you as well, with all respect, Mr. Prasad, of being part of the whole attempt to politicize and communalize the fight against terror.
First of all, Arnav Goswami, welcome back to India and on the show which talks to the nation. We have spoken on the third day. Today the entire nation needs to speak in one voice in the fight against terror. You may recall a month ago Sonia Gandhi stated that only the spokesperson of the Congress would speak. Yet he is the General Secretary. He has been a Chief Minister for 10 years. He is speaking out of turn, and the Congress party either is keeping quiet or seeking to justify. Obviously he is the man Friday of Rahul Gandhi, and Sonia Gandhi is there keeping quiet. Therefore he has the authority of Sonia Gandhi and Srimati Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi to speak in the language in which he is speaking. And you showed me my clip. Why is it, Arnav Goswami, that he went to Ajamgarh to console with the terrorist family who killed Mohan Sharma, a brave police officer who was awarded Ashok Chakra, and almost gave them a certificate of innocence? He called Osama bin Laden as Osama G. He called Ramdev Baba a thug. He called Anna Hazare a Tanasha. And now RSS is a bomb-making factory. Therefore, NIA and the SIT in Mumbai are meeting people in jail, doing investigation. Who are these elements of SIMI and IM is well known. But if Sonia Gandhi is keeping quiet, if Rahul Gandhi is keeping quiet, what kind of message today we are giving to Pakistan, whom the Prime Minister and the Home Minister is saying are fomenting terror in India and naming the ISI? Their hearts will be gladdened today. And what kind of image India is suffering?
No, my question to you, Mr. Prasad, is... My question was this, Mr. Prasad. And I put this question next to Vinod Mehta. Isn't the BJP giving in to the Congress provocation by rebutting Digvijay Singh's comments, Mr. Mehta? Should Ravi Shankar Prasad have held... 1 minute,
let me say again. He is speaking the language of Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi in different formulation. And the reason is very simple. Congress party is suffering in corruption. Congress party is unable to explain its soft on terror attitude.
Sir,
therefore, please change the agenda. That is what he is doing.
No, some would say, Mr. Mehta, that there is no need for Ravi Shankar Prasad to have a full press conference on Digvijay Singh's remarks. What do you think?
Arnab, every time there is a terrorist attack and there are these kinds of discussions, we always have this question is asked, who is communalizing the terrorist attack? I am not going to answer that question because it's quite obvious that both sides are trying to do it. Both sides try to communalize it, and they don't realize that they are not winning any points by this kind of sideshow. I'm not saying that the BJP does it alone. I think the Congress also does it. They both do it. But the people of India are not interested in this debate. They are more focused on other serious matters, and I am surprised why both the parties indulge in these theatrics. They only undermine their own credibility, and the general public's revulsion for politicians and politics increases.
So you've equated the BJP and the Congress on this issue. You've completely equated both sides.
After all, Mr. Advani said on the first day that it's a policy failure. That means he's immediately pointing fingers towards Pakistan. So, and what Mr. Digvijay Singh says is you have already shown. So there's nothing to choose between BJP and Congress. They play out their own scripts, and in a country where Vada Pav is also politicized, I am not surprised that terrorism is politicized.
I want to know...
But it won't cut any ice.
Yeah.
It won't cut any ice with the people of this country.
We're getting a rebut. I think Ravi Shankar Prasad, I saw him raise his hand, and I will come back to you. I just want to give everybody an equal opportunity at the start. Okay, let's see if someone takes a position tonight. You are now with the Samajwadi Party, Mr. Farooqi. Take a position. Take a non-political position. Take a position that has nothing to do with Uttar Pradesh, nothing to do with politics on this.
No,
do you feel Digvijay Singh did the right thing by referring to Hindu terror after these attacks?
Arnab, I'm totally with Vinod Bhai. I'm totally with him because I'm not speaking for any particular party, but we have seen it's a very unfortunate. Country is suffering with this terrorist activity, and all of us should be united in fighting it out. Unnecessarily, not only the BJP and Congress, they are fighting, even the Congress is fighting within its own ally. That we did not have those kind of efforts. And in the process, what is happening? In the process, we have lost one innocent man. But again, this is a very unfortunate thing. And in the process, we are delaying the whole process of investigation. So all these things put together, ultimately it is the country who is suffering. And neither Mr. Prasad nor Mr. Digvijay Singh are doing any good to the nation, because ultimately we are not interested in politicizing the whole thing. Samajwadi Party is least interested in all these kind of things. We are only interested that whosoever is there, number one, unnecessarily demonizing should not be there. Number two, this media should not jump onto the conclusion immediately after those explosions. So within 5 minutes we came to know there were some mujahideen or something of that kind of there. Let the investigation agency do something. At the same time, Mr. Prasad has been just now raised this issue. It's very unfortunate. We know it that Azamgarh has been unnecessarily targeted, and those two boys, we know it, they were targeted by the police, and we have been demanding it. Why did not there was a judicial inquiry? Why to blame those particular
but there again you see,
there was a news item that entire Azamgarh has been raided, which is not correct. All these things put together are in fact trying to divert the attention of the nation from the real issue. The real issue is that innocent people, we are not discussing Hindus or Muslims. It is the Indians who have been suffering. It is the country which is suffering. And I totally agree with you that doing this kind of attitude, in fact, we are playing into the hands of
the real issue,
our enemies.
Mr. Farooqi,
Pakistan or any other person, because we are not in a position to defend ourselves properly.
Mr. Farooqi, the real issue is, I go to Siddharth Varadarajan, the real issue is political parties have politicized the issue. Please don't blame the media. Please don't say media comes to quick conclusions. It's politicians who come to conclusion within microseconds. The media reports what the officials are saying or what sources are saying. I go to Siddharth Varadarajan tonight. Siddharth, who's compromising India as a debate? Compromising India on the national stage? You buy Ravi Shankar Prasad's line?
Shankar Prasad is right to criticize Mr. Digvijay Singh for injecting a very unnecessary note into this debate. But Mr. Prasad should also look inward at the manner in which the Bharatiya Janata Party has reacted to this blast in the first 24 hours. I thought that a fairly positive aspect of this particular terrorist attack was that neither the media nor the officialdom nor the government chose to jump to the usual conclusions before there was evidence to point fingers in any one direction.
Yes,
Mr. Chidambaram's comment that that the investigation is looking at all organizations, I thought struck precisely the right tone, and one felt that this was a responsible person speaking. The BJP jumped in immediately to point fingers at the Congress. There is a time. All of us find fault with the government, and there is a time and place for political parties to accuse each other. I thought that the first 24 hours of this attack, when the city and the country were still reeling from this disaster, this tragedy, was a particularly inappropriate time, and it showed a certain willingness on the part of the BJP to play politics with this tragedy.
Impossible.
What Mr. Digvijay Singh has now done is to pay back the BJP in its same coin, and I think it's unfortunate. I agree with Mr. Mehta and with Mr. Farooqi that this is unacceptable. It's not necessary for us to rule in or rule out any organization or any group. Let the investigation take its course, and So far, unfortunately, the police haven't come up with very many leads.
Okay.
I do hope they come up with something, and when they do, that the real culprits are caught. There is no need to, for parties to leap in and play politics on this, and it's very, very unfortunate.
Well, I find that debate is taking an interesting turn, and for those who think we don't have a Congress representative to take on Ravi Shankar Prasad tonight, we have the very senior Saifuddin Soz joining us in exactly 2 minutes. So that's by way of clarification. But our last participant before that, Kalikesh, we're in an interesting situation. Everyone's saying, I mean, at least Siddharth is saying and Vinod Mehta is saying, that one issue is what Digvijay Singh says. The other issue is, as Siddharth says, the willingness of the BJP to jump headlong into this debate. I find that interesting as well, that analysis. Yes. What do you think, Kalikesh?
Of course, Arnab. Both the BJP and the Congress have consistently tried to politicize the communal face or so-called face of terrorism, and especially more so because the UP elections are around the corner. The Congress wants the Muslim vote bank, the BJP wants to try and consolidate the Hindu vote bank, so that's no surprise. But it's a sad thing, and I agree with the other three people on the show, that it is sad that it takes away attention from the core issues which should be discussed, related to terrorism and related to security, and that's unfortunate. However, that's politics for you.
Well, that's interesting. Saifuddin Soz is joining us. I don't think he's lined up very much yet. But Ravi Shankar Prasad, before he comes in, almost everyone seems to agree that, if you don't mind my saying so, they feel that you're overreacting to Digvijay Singh. And one wants to know why you're overreacting. There must be some political deliberation behind that, Mr. Prasad.
Or now you must recall 2-3 things. Right from day one, we stated that we have serious reservations about the soft on terror policy of this government. But if the government comes with strong measures in the fight against terror, we will support it. I repeated the same today in my press conference in my opening comments. Your channel took it live, you will see it. We have said we will support government measures in the fight against terror. But what happens? Investigation is going on, and Advani only said a lot of policy is also responsible. He talked of policy, and your channel is always full of apolitical, eminent security experts of impeccable integrity who have talked about the policy, talked about Pakistan angle. Mr. Chidambaram has talked about the ISI. Mr. Manmohan Singh has talked about the ISI as being a rogue element fomenting terror against India. But besides the point, now what happens? Here is a gentleman who is the General Secretary of the party appointed by Sonia Gandhi. He has been a CM for 10 years. He is not the spokesperson, but daily he is setting the agenda to divert the entire investigation, to influence it for a petty political consideration designed to criminalize.
Okay.
Maybe he's trying to become the Arjun Singh of Congress party after he's dead. Now for 3 days we don't react. He's doing it every day, seeking to derail the national consensus. If in this light I have spoken today, after noticing the conspicuous silence of Srimati Sonia Gandhi and Mr. Rahul Gandhi, that makes a point that he is his master's voice. For Mr. Farooqi, he is new to Samajwadi Party.
Yes.
And I wish to remind him that Mulayam Singh Yadav during one time described SIMI as a cultural organization. This I am going to improve his background of his new party he has joined it. But although I take a strong offense this moral equivalence between the BJP and the Congress, the parity part of it. We stand for a strong resurgent India. We stand for a tough action against terror. We want that their whole design, which is encouraged, fomented from across the border, needs to be dealt with a very heavy hand if India is to be made secure. Now, whenever the security forces are also taking that position, we don't countenance the situation that they must be allowed to operate against terrorists with their hand tied behind. Yes, but the point is, every time this happens, whether in case of Batala, whether in case of Osama bin Laden, whether in case of giving clean chit to Suresh Kalmadi, in spite of so much of evidence against him, now again raising the issue, Mr. Digvijay Singh acts to a plan, to set a target.
Whose plan? No, whose
derail
plan?
the agenda,
No, whose
derail
plan?
the consensus.
Whose plan?
Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi keeps quiet. Therefore, from these, a legitimate inference can be drawn that he has got sanction from the top.
Saifuddin Soz, end the mystery tonight. No, let me ask Saifuddin Soz. End the mystery tonight, Mr. Soz. Mr. Soz, is Digvijay Singh
what happened in Mumbai has
speaking
to be
as a congressman, as a Congress leader?
It's a crime against humanity, but at this point of time, the whole nation must speak in one voice. Terrorism is not acceptable to us and we shall fight it like one man. But whether it is done by Indian Mujahideen or any Hindu organization, fanatics, we have to deal with terror as terror and eradicate it. This is a menace, and we must fight.
Sir, is Digvijay Singh, sir, allow me.
The police are
sir, allow me.
criticizing the government.
Sir, allow me.
It will not lead us anywhere.
Allow me,
It is
sir.
not a partisan issue. It is a national issue, and we must fight
Sir, allow me.
terrorism as best as we can.
That's very well said, but my direct question to you tonight is Digvijay Singh speaking on behalf of the Congress party or not? I have not known of any other Congress...
I cannot say that. You see,
Why can't you say that?